What's up? I'm Ray
What
Taylor.
up?
Keith Spurlock. It's the Inspired Disorder Podcast. Whew, we made it, bro. Got right through that intro. Like a couple motherfucking professionals on a
It's like,
Tuesday.
Hey, it's me. What's up?
Yeah. I mean,
St. Patrick's Day.
Surprisingly, yep. That maybe it's good luck. The cheers to Shane Patrick's Day.
Shane Patrick.
St. Patrick. Do you know anything about St. Patrick or why he has a day other than Irish related and alcohol involved?
I think he chased the rats out of Ireland or something like that, supposedly. Myth.
Okay, all right, that's pretty cool.
Why
Why the green though?
I am not looking it up, so again,
I'm not
this
either.
is total guess.
Yeah, this is what I want to know. I want to know what you think it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
But why green though? Was he wearing green, or is it like just more of a racist?
Just the
like,
Irish thing.
Would that be racist?
Like, shamrocks are kind of Irish, and then they're like, but and that's cool. And then green, Irish is like green. Notre Dame's green. They're little leprechauns green. So we'll wear green.
Yeah. Would leprechaun be a fucking like a racial? Is that racist, or do they embrace that? You know, like the leprechaun. You know, like the Lucky Charms guy. Is that like a racist?
Well,
or is that something?
The
embrace?
leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies always referred to himself as the leprechaun.
Okay, but
that's
not what
like,
I'm asking. I'm not asking like I don't know where did you come up with that.
But I'm saying like,
it's
well,
like
you're saying is it a derogatory term?
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's a word that they can use for themselves, but we're not allowed to use it.
They being the mythical leprechaun, like in the movie Leprechaun, or they being Irish people being leprechaun? Because it kind of sounds
about leprechauns.
Yeah, I know, but what about Irish people? Because it's in reference to them. It's like the symbol.
Ask an Irish person. Everybody says they're fucking Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Everybody's like I'm part Irish. I have some Irish in me, but it's like.
How much have you really looked into what?
I got my fucking DNA tested, and that's like all my people are from like Europe area, Northern Europe, you know, and then slightly down into like Italy. Like I've had my DNA, so it's like the Native American shit my mom told me, no, but fucking just the European, the shit I basically knew everything in fucking Europe, mostly Northern Europe.
Do that test, like.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's kind of pricey, but I mean, I don't know anything about my family or family medical history, so it's like, and I haven't done the research yet as far as, I mean, I kind of did a brief thing, but like where my body, one thing's something about B12, my body doesn't absorb it properly, so I don't know, but I don't know how to fix that. It's like, okay, how do I take more B12, or do I have to take it a different way because my guts don't like it because they're very racist?
We talked about this before, and it's you inject it directly into your asshole and you'll absorb it better that way.
Fuck, that's why I just blocked it out, because it's like I don't like that delivery method. Not for B12 anyway.
Cool.
Not for B12.
All right.
I mean, shit in reverse is cool.
I don't think that it's.
I'm saying going in.
It's going to be that intrusive.
I don't know.
It's just a shot, but it's directly into the asshole.
Butthole. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe.
It's not like they're giving you a shot with the giant dildo plunger.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. That's always what I think.
You would be. That would be what you were thinking.
I thought that's just what shots are, right? Like when you go to a doctor to get a shot, like a rabies shot, that's why that's scary, man. You get 12 of those fucking things. That's like a gangbang, bro. Just for rabies? I don't know what's worse.
I think you've been going to the wrong doctors, dude.
That's why I don't go to the doctors anymore, bro. There's a thing that I think we probably have talked about where doctors are evil.
You're like, dude, when you got the flu shot, did your asshole hurt that much?
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know what my doctor's doing, but every time I leave, my asshole is just on fire.
I should stop. I should go to an Irish doctor and not a black doctor next time.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa.
I'm sorry, leprechaun doctor. My bad.
Better. That's better.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder if it is. I mean, we know Irish people. We know people in Ireland. but that would involve Twitter and like at least 104 or at max 140 characters to be like,
You just
yo,
say, hey, do you like being called a leprechaun?
yeah. No, or is it like, is there any kind of, is it offensive in any way? Do people take offense? Any of your kind take offense? I don't know. I'm curious.
The Leprechauns Guild gonna come after us?
I'm not gonna stop saying leprechaun. I'm just curious to know if I'm being racist. It doesn't. Not clearly.
Or do you just see an Irish person and go, "Hey, fucking leprechaun"?
I mean, yeah.
I don't know that they're that short of people.
Yeah, totally.
So why would you just assume they're leprechauns?
Just because they're Irish, bro.
I bet midgets hate being called leprechauns.
True, for sure. But I think midget is the word you can't say.
I
think you just did a double negative, though, so it works. You said midget leprechaun. Whew, this is getting confusing, bro.
Negatives make a positive.
That's probably where the alcohol came in. This is every St. Patrick's Day after the rats got chased out of Ireland. They'd all get together at the bar, and they'd be like, "What's with the green, bro?"
Do you think he just used like a big stick, like a rat beaten stick?
I don't know, man. That'd be a scary job to be if there's that many rats that you'd have to you could herd them, because you couldn't just do a few rats. What are you gonna do with a few rats?
I mean, they're all gonna scatter. It's gonna be hard.
You have to it has to be enough to where they kind of have the mob mentality of like lemmings, So that's a scary proposition. If you're a little leprechaun dude and you got just a stick and you're going down the streets like a blind man, just like clicking the sides of the street, like trying to keep the horde of. And if you're that size, if you are leprechaun size, like those things.
You think he's a leprechaun?
That's where, because that's, I don't know, because that's this is in my head. Okay, this is St. Patrick's Day. He had to have been a leprechaun, right? I don't know. That's how you get sainthood. But he's this little leprechaun guy going down like a blind person, and the rats look like probably the same guy that wrote The Princess Bride, because that's just how big he thought rats were. He's like, well, I'm just going to put it to my scale, because that one time I had to chase them down the streets of Ireland to get them the fuck out so I could get a holiday finally.
That's a lot of work just to chase all the rats out.
I know. If you do that, I could see getting a holiday. And I could see that being beer, because what do you do after a hard day's work? You sit down, you relax, hang out with your buddies, and you drink some fucking beer.
I bet everyone just was so happy that all the fucking rats were gone.
And that's what the pinching was. I bet he had to wear green because rats are scared of green, and the pinches are little rat bites. I think we're figuring this shit out, Keith. This is an epic podcast right now. I don't know. This may get posted on Wikipedia for the history and culture of St. Patrick's Day.
I've always wondered how the pinching started.
It's the rat bites.
Just nailed it down,
right? And it has to be green. Like red attracts bulls, so maybe red is like something, and then green. So if you wore green into New York, you'd be good. You wouldn't have to worry about all the big rats there. Right?
Well, they have a big St. Patty's Day parade every year, so I wonder if there's a dramatic decrease in the rat population, for a minute. They all just hey, we got to get out of town.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the Green Day again, and the Green Day.
Yeah, that only inspires thoughts of a punk band that I used to like. Well, I kind of still like a couple of their albums.
Don't call them a punk band, though.
I know. Pop punk. Pop. But now, I don't know what... Anyway, yeah. So we figured it out. Pinching. Rat bites.
When's the last time you've been pinched on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
I can't
remember. It's probably
remember
been a while.
happening.
I'm sure it was at work at some point, but that could have been any time within the last 10 years. But probably closer to the, low numbers of...
I fucking hate pinching. I mean, seriously, that to me, I would rather have you slap me.
Yeah,
because sometimes they get that just right amount of skin in a pinch, or right in a bad area, and it's You
I
just want to
know.
punch someone in the face.
Yeah, yeah. It's not. It's like an annoying. It's like a rat bite. It's just like annoying. It's not enough to like hurt you. I mean,
And
some
I
of
would
them can
punch a
hurt.
rat in the face if
Yeah,
it fucking bit me.
exactly. Fuck rats. But yeah, I don't know. I know parents that do it to like instead of hitting their kids, they'll pinch them. Not that it's the same thing, but I'm just saying, there'll be some kind of like physical pain involved with their raising of their kids.
Fucking Caesar Milan and their kids.
But they get like super pinches. Like I've been pinched by these people, and it's like it hurts so bad. They're like it might as well just hit me in the shoulder, in wherever you just pinched me.
I used to fuck with my ex-girlfriend. I say I hate pinching so much, but I used to fucking do it to her.
Yeah. Well,
But I would
yeah. That makes sense.
it's fucking but I would do it with my knuckles like a crab.
Like
Like
more of a rat jaw.
like squeezing my knuckles, and I would just bear, and boy, if you catch the skin with
Oh
that,
yeah.
it fucking hurts.
Yeah,
And so I see why she left me, 'cause I'm an asshole.
She left
Who would
polka
put up with
dotted.
that shit? Like, why would it fucking quit pinching me, dick face?
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I was just trying to get her to dump me at that point. Who knows?
Sometimes, yeah, I've done that. Well, not specifically pinching to try and get
No, but
somebody to dump me.
I've decided I didn't want to be in a relationship anymore a few times, and then instead of just being a man and being like, "Hey, I don't think this
Yeah.
is working," I'm like, "What if I just? What if I'm just a dick?"
Yeah. What if I just go the passive aggressive way?
And then just like don't really, just like am always kind of disgusted by everything, and eventually. But you know what's hilarious in every one of those situations where I've done that?
Mm-hmm.
Like after they break up with me, I'm always like, "Oh, why'd I do that?"
Oh no.
Like every time, like I don't know why. Like it's always like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, I mean, I guess if I tried," and I'm like, my last relationship, I think I did that for a year before it ended.
Yeah.
But because it just kept going,
Yeah.
then you're like, I was just so comfortable with kind of being a dick.
Yeah. It's
Come back so I can be a dick to you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean I've done it from time to time, and it's like I don't know, it usually doesn't work. I don't know if I've gotten it to work. Maybe I have. Cuz I didn't do that in my last relationship, at least not consciously anyway, but the one before that, like for sure, and it was not working whatsoever. So I ended up having to be a man and actually break up.
Backfires because some girls really like assholes.
Yeah. Yep.
They're on the fence about you because you're a nice guy, and all of a sudden you decide that because they're on the fence about you, you just like
all of a sudden they're like,
dick.
You
and
can't.
then they're like,
I love you. It's like, what the fuck?
Immediately.
Who the fuck
like,
are you? It's like you were saying I was a piece of shit like just 2 hours ago, and now it's like you can't do this to me. I can't believe this. Yeah, horrible. I don't know, man. Decisions. That's like why I don't mind being single right now. It was actually I was trying to do the whole single thing after that relationship, and then I got together with the last one that lasted a couple years. But like so now I'm back. It's like okay, single. Let's just do this and focus on my shit because it's like.
It's so rough, dude.
Sometimes you just getting older, being in relationships or not being in relationships, you just realize that like who you are, and you just grow as a person. You realize the improvements that you need to make for different reasons. So it's like you're a different person too, and it's I just need that time to like focus on me. This is very difficult to focus on me when I'm in a relationship. It's very difficult to focus on anything when I'm in a relationship.
Oh yeah, I go fucking brain dead immediately when I'm in a relationship. It's like work.
Yeah.
And then it's like I don't have time to think about anything. Like I like to just sit there sometimes and just think. Or just not think.
Yeah.
Just whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you're in a relationship, you don't get that because you get home.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah, man. And there's something about, especially like being creative, ideas come to you at just random times, but it's like usually it's when you don't have distractions going on. If there's a lot of shit going on, you don't really, I don't really think of anything, but it's usually like if I am watching something or just, fucking just sitting around, I'll like, oh, I should fucking do this or whatever. But that's when the moments of like, oh, that's like an idea or whatever. That's when they hit me, not when I'm like distracted by fucking, I don't know. There's got to be a way to do it, because like I can't be. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, Keith. Don't want a relationship right now, bro.
It's fucking rough, dude. Like I said, it's
but it's
damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And it's at our age now, everyone's either already got kids, or if they don't yet, they want them now.
Yeah.
And that's another scary, like,
unless you're like Mish, she has a cat. So some will become a cat lady. The cat lady already have kids
already.
Yeah, but we're not talking about you, Keith. We're talking about women, all right? Stop trying to identify with the female gender, all right? I get it. Cat lady, no kids but wants them now, or has kids. At our age, those are the three categories of women.
I'm looking for cat lady.
Yeah, except for I want cat lady, but like pre-cat. Like I want to get her right before the cat. Because Mish didn't have a cat until recently. Last time she was on, she didn't have any pets. Now she's like, she is obsessed like I almost got to with my dog, when I got my dog.
Yeah, she loves her cat. Yeah. And her cat her cat's brown.
Is it? I thought it was black.
Oh. It looks black, but it's brown cat.
Yeah.
And I hope she listens to this.
Are you sure it's not it's white and gold, or is it?
No, she's got a brown cat.
All right.
And I know this because I had a cat that was the exact same color. And if you look at it inside.
Are you saying all black cats look alike?
No, I'm just saying hers looks color-wise exactly like my old cat. They look different.
But exactly the same.
But when they're in the sun,
yeah,
you see it's brown.
Yeah.
But it looks so black, just not in direct sunlight.
Yeah, don't tell her though. I think she likes the fact that she thinks it's a black cat. Like it's a darker, she can do more. She has more material if it's a black cat, especially if it's a Friday the 13th.
It really bummed me out when I figured out that my cat was really brown.
Just spray paint it, bro. That's all you got to do. Spray paint. Not a lot to spray paint. I mean, you could water it down. You could do an ice bucket challenge, but with black dye.
Did you ever get into It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Only like the first couple seasons. I don't know. It's a funny show, but it's like it just gets old. That kind of the chemistry or the architecture of the show, I don't know.
I like it, but in the first season, first or second season, there's like this stain, and it looks like the Virgin Mary. Ooh. I don't know. It just made me think of it because they tried to get this 80-year-old alcoholic priest to bless it, and he's just out of his mind. They go to his apartment, and he opens the door, and he's like, "The cats are brown," and then. So that just made me think of Mr. Cat because the cat's brown.
Oh man. See, that's
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day. Cheers, everybody. Drink now, or forever hold your peace. Which I think that means penis, because it,
or gun.
No, but like when they say that at a wedding, speak now or forever hold your peace. Like either speak up and tell
dick and gun.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I understand that it means both things, but in this, you think in the wedding they mean hold your peace?
Totally both.
I guess it depends on the state. Let's put it that way. I'm sure.
Yeah, in
Texas for sure. Gun.
Put more of an emphasis on both, but it's really it was originally both, and I think it's like lost its meaning a little bit.
I thought it just meant. Or, hold your peace up in the air. It's like either peace or tear them apart.
You fucking liberal.
That's why I thought not gun at first. That's why I thought dick. That's what's on my mind, Keith.
We can tell.
My dick
All tell.
over a gun. Not into guns. Except for mine.
But you're into dicks.
Totally into penises. Especially when they're attached to my balls.
That's even weirder, dude.
I mean, not totally. It's kind of.
You attach other dudes'
Not
penis?
other dudes, mine. I'm talking about my dick. This one.
Which one?
That one. Right there. I pointed at my dick, people, for the listeners. It's below.
I think they got that.
It's below my gut.
He was just pointing at his mouth, people. It's right there.
No. Yeah. So, I don't know. Whatever. Don't judge me. Don't judge me don't hate me because you ain't me, Keith. All right? Don't do it.
I ain't hating.
You seem like you're hating.
I ain't hating.
First, you get all racist with the leprechaun talk when we start the episode. Now you're hating on my dick.
I'm the leprechaun.
Are you saying that's my dick saying that? Is that you're being the character of my dick? That my dick's a leprechaun?
I'm the leprechaun.
That would be scary if my dick said anything. I'd be like, just looking at why. Why do you abuse me? Get a woman already.
My old neighbor talked about one time when he was working in a morgue or something, he started making some dead guy's dick talk to the other person he was working with.
Now, how animated did he make the dick, or was it just
he was obviously making
so he was pinching the dick
open
of a
and closed,
dead man,
kind of like
boy,
a Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay, but a dick hole instead of a...
The dick hole instead of the plant. That plant looked like a dick anyway.
I mean, he did look like a rude person, but it just looked like a Venus flytrap.
Looked like a big dickhead.
All right. So we knew what you were thinking when you saw that movie 20 years ago.
And so he's talking about making it talk, and he thought it was really funny.
What did he make it say?
I don't know.
Watch out or I'll spit!
Yeah, probably something like that.
And then they didn't, so he made it?
But right when he told it to me, he hadn't been my neighbor that long.
That's kind of a weird thing to tell. How did that conversation start?
We were smoking.
All right. And, I guess that could bring... That's still weird. That would be a weird... If I'm high...
He was talking about his old job, and then I was like, that's got to be weird, being around dead people. Yeah. And he's like, you kind of get used to it after a while.
Oh, yeah, you do.
And then he's like, this one time I did like a dick puppet thing. And in my mind, I was like, I don't know about that, dude. Like,
did you get to it through his asshole? Is that how
dick puppet, huh? Yeah. But I think it also in that same story, he told me that to practice cathetering someone, he took a catheter home and cathed himself.
Okay.
Which
to like
putting
poking
a catheter in
needle into your bladder or something, right?
No, it's when you stick a big long hose up your dick hole, all the way into your bladder.
Why would you do that? Some people get turned on by that shit.
Yeah, I don't because I had one when I was fucking 8 years old.
Oh, I mean, I guess I don't know if I do because I've never had it, but the thought of it doesn't turn me on.
I'll tell you a story. As a kid, I played a lot of travel sports and stuff, even as super young.
Circus.
And I always
saying
had to
circus? You were in a circus when you were young. Travel sports?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was the monkey boy.
But
good. On every road trip, I would have to piss like every fucking 20 minutes.
All right.
And my parents were finally like, this is fucking ridiculous. We're gonna take him to the
Yeah, no
doctor.
kidding. All right.
So the doctor's like, well, we need to check his bladder. So he needs to drink this shitty dye water, and
See how long it
then we have
takes.
to take an X-ray of him.
All right.
I don't really understand what the the catheter was for, because I don't know. It's really pointless. I peed in it a couple times, but it just really kind of fucked me up. But like the guy
How?
was putting it in me,
Uh
and
huh.
I'm awake. Like most people that get catheter, like they're in surgery
Yeah.
or like they're out.
Yeah.
I was just like an awake little boy, and this dude is shoving what I it's like a wire brush in my dick hole. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Just like a metal wire brush, just not like a pipe cleaner, but
Happy
like.
St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Just
And then
think of
he
the
gets
pipe
this
cleaner.
fucking thing. Like I'm screaming, like
Okay.
he's
How old
tearing
are
my
you?
dick off.
How old are you when this happens?
8 to 10.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah,
Did they tell you anything before they're like, we're just gonna stick you? They say why they're gonna stick you at all? Like,
they
this
were
is
like, you
why we're
have to
doing
get this
this.
catheter.
All right.
The
Okay.
thing, and
It's
I
like,
was like,
just trust us, kid. This
yeah,
is
like
this is
fucking,
the only size catheter we have, and you're a very young child, so brace
no,
yourself.
no, it gets better.
Okay.
So they're threading me up, and I'm screaming. And this is a small doctor's office, so
I don't
the
know if.
unfortunate other people in the waiting room, it sounds like they're filming Hostel in the back room.
Yeah. So you sound like a tortured woman.
Yes,
Ah,
it's a
I mean, 8
year old
years
kid, that
old.
high
Yeah.
pitched fucking squealing, screeching, crying,
Yeah.
tears and crying,
Yeah. Yeah.
begging him to stop this, and he's just keeps going. And then he stops and looks at me and looks at the nurse and he goes, "Uh-oh." And I'm like, "What?"
That's not. That's like the last thing.
And he goes,
We have to cut it off.
"This one's not big enough. We need a bigger one."
Okay, it's humble brag, Mister over here.
No,
This
no,
guy,
no,
eight
no.
year
This
old,
is
8 year old,
don't
not even be
understand.
able to take the whole thing.
This is like length. I believe he was talking about, but all in my head, all I can think of is girth.
Okay,
Because
okay. I mean, eight.
because he's just been jamming this wire brush about fucking 2 feet in me, and then he goes, "We're gonna have to do a bigger one," and then looks at me and kind of like puts his hand around the base of my dick, kind of like that.
I wish I had the right sound effect for what's about to happen, but I don't.
And then I, it was like he tried to pull start me like a mower.
Uh huh. Yeah.
He,
Ah!
and I felt it from my inside
Ah!
come all the way back out to from where he had just wire brushed me in the first place.
Yeah.
So now it's out.
Can
I'm
somebody
crying. I
animate
think my
that visual, by the way? That's just ridiculous. Just like the hand and just like.
Yeah, and I think my dick is crying like one tear of blood, like the old Indian in the commercial. Uh, the Indian wasn't crying blood, but you get the imagery. So now, that's we're only half done now.
Because they need to go bigger. Were you in Texas when this happened?
Big.
This is you flew all the way to Texas for this procedure, right? They're like, yeah, we got to go big. He's coming to
Going
Texas.
bigger.
All
So
right.
now he breaks out wire brush number 2.
Now you say wire brush because that's what it feels like, not that it's like
It's a tube.
it's a two. Okay. I just
circle
visually, I'm like, oh god, it's like scraping
like-
the insides of his pee
I don't
hole.
think someone
I
turned
know
the
it.
flash off mine. So there was just like seams from the injection molding or something. Just oh man, it cut me up.
Yeah. Okay, so
So then I had to go through the second one.
the second lightsaber of death and destruction
Cried through the whole thing again. He finally fucking gets it in me,
So
and I'm
no,
like,
like anesthetic whatsoever. Not like
"Did he
even.
shoot something in my dick?"
I don't know. Maybe he gives you B12 and it helps numb your dick. They have to have some kind of local shit to like. So it I mean, at least
it
to
hurts
relax.
on the inside, dude. This isn't that's not a topical pain. This is the inside of my dick hurt.
They can like when you go to the dentist and like they numb like your whole fucking side of your head is numb.
I don't
So
know.
it's like they got to be able to numb the dick, bro.
These
That's like
aren't questions that I ask it at 8 to 10.
maybe there's questions every 8 to 10-year-old should.
Well,
God, I hope
hopefully they
Cassius
listen
listens
to
to
this
this.
podcast and they find out, and then if it ever happens to them, they can go, "Hey,
Yeah, numb the dick, bro. I mean,
No.
come on. At least try some like they make get some like Trojan, whatever. I don't know. There's numbing shit.
why can't someone just fucking put like a condom thing on the outside of my dick with the hose on it?"
They do
That way
have
if I
those.
piss into something,
They do.
it's not shoved all the way up into my fucking bladder.
The rally car racers wear those, and that's what it is. It straps on your dick, and it's a hose that goes down to the floor so they can just pee while they're racing. And it's called I think it's like a racing catheter. I think it's what it's called.
Well, anyway,
Just to say, your dream of that thing is a possibility, and yes, possibly good for road travel, long distances. Just
drill a hole in the bottom of your car.
no,
and
but you can
slip
like
your piss
get the
tube.
hose, and just like just have it go out the window. Just you'll have to push because it's got to go up. You got to defy gravity. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
think you gotta go through the floorboards, bro.
there's the siphon. I mean, I guess if you want to drill through your car, I mean, or you could just go through. I'm sure where the pedals go in a lot of the times, it goes through. You kind of run it through the engine. But I'm just saying, they make them, and yes,
Coolant.
exactly. Yeah, it's like depending on how good your radiator works. I saw it on MacGyver once. All you need is an egg and a hose with pee in it. That's all you need. And just siphon it out. Once it starts going, it's just going to pull the rest of the pee out of your dick. It's amazing. I don't think they make them for women. Sorry, ladies. To our extensive female audience of the Inspired Disorder podcast, I do not believe this apparatus works or has a female counterpart, I should say.
So now the doctor's got me all threaded up a second time.
It's not fair. The threaded up part sounds cool. Like, in the grand scheme of this story, threaded up is like
kind
it
of
doesn't.
a cool term.
Yeah, but it
That
doesn't
sounds-
it doesn't have the pain. That seems like a smooth process. Like, oh, just thread it up. Like it's like just thread it up. Not like the brush of
the
destiny.
wire brush of death that
Yeah.
you've been jamming it.
There you
You've
go.
been pipe cleaning
Yeah.
my dick hole.
Yeah, so you're threaded up for the second time.
For the second time
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And now he's like, all right, now we need to go down to the x-ray room.
Mm-hmm.
So he tapes this fucking bag to my leg
Okay.
and makes me walk
I mean, come on, don't be a
to
pussy,
the
bro.
fucking x-ray room.
Yeah, I mean, he's
No
just
wheelchair.
trying to. Yeah,
No,
I
like-
can understand that. He should have made you do jumping jacks too, just to make sure that shit stayed in.
So now I'm walking with this fucking giant bag taped to my leg and this hose into my dick that goes all the way up into my bladder, and I have to walk
That
with
just
it
seems
on.
dangerous. Like, what if it like poked through your bladder? I don't know how thick your bladder is.
I don't fucking
I mean,
know,
I guess
dude.
it's pretty thick because I've hold my pee a lot and it just backs up and hurts my kidneys.
I was real terrified about the whole situation.
You could have had a collapsed bladder way before your collapsed lung, bro.
So now we get to the x-ray room, and I'm like, I cried the whole way walking down the hall. Just actually thinking at 8 years old, going,
Crazy.
why is there no fucking wheelchair? Like, I remember thinking that. Like, why am I walking? Why
Yeah.
are you making me walk with this? Every step, it's like pulling on my dick, and then I could feel it inside again. Like,
Oh, and I'm sure it was like, was it glass? It had to have been glass, right? Or maybe
What
stainless
glass?
steel. It was glass.
What are you talking about?
The shit in your dick, the
tube?
pipe, the tube, yeah. Or was it just like a?
Plastic.
Oh, okay,
Hose.
okay. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking a glass tube. I'm just, because this is my brain. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how the fuck shit works. But in my head, you getting threaded up was a glass tube. I don't know why.
Chill him up my dick
fucking
hole.
Just a giant glass tube that I'm like thinking while you're walking down this corridor of a fucking hospital with a glass tube up your dick. What if that shit snaps, bro? Like, that doesn't seem like a good... There's so many wrong ideas for using a glass tube. And then I'm like, maybe it's not a glass tube. And
it wasn't the next door down either.
Yeah. It's Jesus.
Legitimately down the fucking hall.
Whew. Okay, so you're walking down, you're crying, you're fucking
I'm crying.
got a hose
I've been crying
inside
for
your
an hour.
hose. Yeah, so you're dehydrated, you're crying still.
And I'm walking, my ass is hanging out because I'm in one of those fucking robes. And I don't care because there's a hose
in your dick.
In my bloody dick hole. I've already been pull started.
So it was a bigger hose? Like it was a girthier hose?
It wasn't bigger in diameter. I believe it was just longer.
Okay. All right. So you go down the hall. You get, where are you going? You're going to
X-ray.
X-ray. So you get an X-ray.
I got this dye inside me.
Yeah.
And
how long after you drank it?
I don't
was it right away? Okay, yeah, I guess that's true.
So young.
Yeah. Remember,
the
Keith,
parts that really stick out are the excruciating pain parts.
25 years ago, Keith, tell me what happened.
Yeah. Minute by minute, come on.
Jesus Christ. So 8 years old didn't seem so long ago, that long ago, away.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, I'm old. I
feel now we're in the X-ray room.
Ridiculous. Okay, X-ray room. 80s and X-ray room. Think about it,
They're
guys.
like, get up here on this table. And I'm like... So now I have to climb onto a table.
Yeah.
I'm not that big at 8.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so are your parents there at all? Is it just you and the doctor this whole time?
My mom's walking with me, which I'm already really not awesome, Like, yeah, my mom and this nurse are staring at my dick while...
Yeah. It's like, I'm glad you're here to witness the lowest part of my life as a man. Thank you, Mom. Hello. Happy Mother's Day. Can't wait for St. Patrick's Day so I can drink this memory away. Okay, so you're in the X-ray room. Your mom's with you. The doctor's there.
Yeah, Dr. Pullstart.
That just the name made my dick jump. It's like, that's what it means.
And they keep putting me in these weird positions. They're like, all right, now lay on your side and put your... Like, do you remember going to like the photographer, like for family pictures as a kid or anything, and they always put you in weird ass positions?
It's just
pop your head to the side and tuck your chin into your body.
You feel like you're doing like this, but then it ends up just looking like a normal fucking straightforward somehow. But yeah, you're at the thing and they're like turn, and then angle, and you're like put your mouth up. And think of the cheese, and you're like that.
Out and you're like, and close one eye.
You're like this. You're like this, and you're like, duh. And the next thing you know, you're like, you have long hair, you're wearing a robe, and they call you Jesus at the end of in the middle of the table. You're like, duh. But the whole time you're at the thing. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's the magic of photography.
Yes. Yeah, so after,
but your positions were like doggy style, fucking spread eagle.
Every position involved me fucking moving the leg that's taped to the bag that's attached to the hose that's in my dick.
It's just that one leg. You're sitting still, but it's just like move the leg up.
Yeah, he's like over, cock the leg, and I'm down. Like the leg.
The leg. Wait.
I like move the leg without the bag. He's like, not that leg. He's like, move the other leg.
Not the pussy leg. Not the pussy leg. Move the man leg. Move the fucking man leg. Yeah.
And so now we get done with that. Still crying. I'm crying this entire time.
Just wet face. Got it.
Just like to the like I would have to stop those fucking cry tremors for them to get the X-ray.
Yeah, they're yelling at you.
Like all right, you gotta breathe in, still. Or you gotta breathe in and hold still.
Yeah.
And I'm like, click, click.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're getting like pummeled with fucking radiation.
And so now he's like, all right, we're done. We're going to take the catheter out. I'm like, take it out. So again, good
Oh, I've
old
heard
Doctor,
those words before. I've heard
good
those
old
words.
Doctor Polestart.
Yeah. Wait. So you left the? Did you go back to the room, or is he
No,
doing this in the exit?
I'm laying on the table
There's like camera going. I
in
was
the
like,
fetal position,
okay.
crying.
Yeah. God damn. Okay. So he
Doctor
pulled
Polestart comes back over and goes, "I'm going to take it out. Heads up,
7 Up.
you're probably going to pee right then."
Well, then I mean, okay. Thinking about that now, this should have been your opportunity for revenge.
I had no propulsion in what
I know. If this happened to you today, Keith,
I
I
would
would have
piss in
hoped.
Doctor Polestart's
Yeah.
mouth.
He's like, what did you say?
Got to be 167 by now.
So he's definitely due for a golden shower. So he pulled it out.
Comes over round 2 of the Polestar.
Yeah, so he grabs, he places the hand
the
firmly
hand.
on your pelvis, thumb below the cock, index finger above the cock, pull starter, ignition at the end of the cock, grabs the pull start ignition tube.
Untapes it from my leg first.
Oh, yeah, there's a tape. So no more hair on prepubescent Keith's leg.
No hair.
No hair, so it didn't hurt as bad.
Oh, stuck to skin.
Yeah, so no kind of distraction of pain over here, while there's going to be a lot of pain over in this area.
And
So,
he fucking
ripping.
I will say this: he was slightly more gentle with the second pull start than the first.
Well, it's bigger. I don't know. He's like, well, I get paid by the hour, so let's just.
I don't know, but no, he wasn't gentle, but the first one was definitely
Zip
fucking
line.
zip.
Oh. You probably
Yeah,
got
like those
fucking,
old toys that used to fucking put the little zip thing in, and
You're like, your dick just flew off of your pelvis and went
it
down the
just
street.
rocketed off my body.
Yeah.
But it did make the loop. It made the loop.
And Trey Parker and Matt Stone just happened to be there and like, we're going to do an episode where this dick just runs wild. We're going to attach it to a mouse. All right. So, gripped it and ripped it. Zippity doo-dah. Zippity A. My oh my.
Everywhere.
What a golden shower day.
They've got this little like metal tray beside me, and I'm again in the fetal position, but just pissing.
Just like over to the sides. Like, did you try and get into the tray? Is that what you're saying?
It was in the tray,
Flopped
but
it in the
here's
tray.
what's going on now. After the 2 wire brushings and full starts, like I said,
Why didn't you pee after the first one?
I don't know.
All right. That's weird.
But he raked me up so bad inside that it was all
Pink.
like
It's Valentine's Day piss. Piss? It's Valentine's Day piss?
it had scratched me all the way through my urethra. So why don't you piss into an open wound? Have you ever?
I've had a kidney stone before, and when it came out, it looked like the asteroid from Armageddon. It was small, but it was sharp and crumbly and like and I peed that out, and it like the most pain was from the kidney to the bladder, but like in the dick portion. So and then so I've not probably as nearly as as bad as what you went through, but I've had a hint. I've had a little smidgen pinch of that.
So the whole time I'm laying on the table, it hurts, but there's just no stopping it. It's all coming. It's like siphoning out of a tank. When he pulled the hose out, whatever was inside me all followed out. But whatever they had gave me made me have to pee a lot. Mm-hmm. And so
some kind of
they talked to the doctor for a second, and I'm probably just now, like, my face is all swollen. I'm just now starting to not cry.
Yeah.
And then before we leave, I'm like, I gotta pee again before we go. And I go in the bathroom and I pee. And this time, it's knives. Hot knives. And I'm talking, I came out again crying, and just got drops out and was like, oh my God. Yeah. So I get home after this. Like, the doctor's office was only like 10 miles away. We get home.
No.
And I'm like, fuck, I gotta pee again. And I knew it hurt so bad last time. And I was like, I got it. I got it. And so I just sat down on the toilet because even holding my dick, I didn't want to hold my dick. I want my
Yeah.
dick to be unimpeded, just
Yeah.
like gravity.
And it's like, I need to relax a little bit because I'm going to be in some
Exactly.
pain. Let's just make this as comfortable as possible and still
So
productive. Should have
I
just gone into
start,
a fucking hot shower. That
so I
still
start
sucked,
to
but
pee
all right,
again,
okay. Ooh.
and it hurts even worse than all of it
Well, it's
put
probably like
together.
healing up, like as between peas. It's probably like a little bit of the healing. So it's like almost ripping a band-aid off the inside of your dick hole. Like every time, it's just like a flood of urine, just like all the way out the dick. Oh, it's like taking a band-aid off with urine every time
I
inside of your
got
dick hole. Happy
about
Thanks Patrick Day.
I
Happy
got
thanks.
about 3 seconds of piss out,
Ooh, give
and
me
it
a.
hurt so bad. I cut it off
But even,
midstream,
I mean, I guess that would at least, I don't know. Yeah,
and I held it
it's like a desperation move. You're like,
for
I
nine
can't
hours.
do it anymore for 9 hours. Did
I
you get
cut off a
any in out?
piss midstream and held it for 9 hours.
Yeah. Well, at
That's
some
how
point,
fucking bad it hurt.
but
My my parents were convinced that they kept trying to tell me I had to do it because I could die from holding my pee too long. And I said, I don't fucking care.
I mean, you could
You I don't care.
wreck your
I don't care
kidneys,
if I
but
die.
you'll be in so much pain. Your back would be in so much pain. You would just like it would just even out. You'd pass out and just like leak everywhere.
That's fine if I was at least
Yeah.
passed out.
So were you not drinking then, or they probably told you to drink a lot of water? I bet.
Again, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I can focus on
Yeah.
was I stopped my piss and held it for 9 hours.
Yeah.
Parents were real worried. They were like,
Because the
"You're
way
gonna."
you held it was like you just pinched the top of your dick off, and you're walking around the house just like, and they're like, oh, this isn't right. Keith shouldn't be walking around with his dick out. We're worried.
Just curled up into a ball.
Yeah.
Cried some more.
So how long did it take to get over the whole, like, just physically? I mean,
I think
mentally.
2 days. 2 days, my dick hurt.
Yeah.
Like I pissed after 9 hours. I got it out. It hurt. It wasn't nearly as bad the
Just
next day,
started
but it
getting
still
better and
hurt.
better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the 8 hours of sleep definitely did it a lot better. But I also think that that same doctor
Yeah.
like got into some trouble. Like he did something to my grandpa. Like I think with a catheter too. Like this dude was using like bad catheters and fucking people's dicks up. So he fucked my dick up at like 8.
Yeah. I would imagine if we were
still
to
hurts.
ever accidentally get a doctor on this show, not that we're anti-doctors on the show, but not really the guests we get on. But if we did, I would imagine if they heard that story,
They would be like, that is the dumbest.
yeah, they'd probably
I've ever
disagree. It's like you don't pull start it like a fucking lawnmower. First off, you do it like a weed whacker. Second off, yeah, it's just it's got to be. There's probably a lot of things wrong with that. I don't know, man. I don't trust. It's like, how do you know? Unless it's like a doctor that's like a family doctor and you've gone there, but even those guys could be fucking weird because who knows? People thought medicine, especially after fucking the dollop, like medicine, quote unquote, not that long ago, was like fucking wacko shit. Like so it's, who knows what was going on where you're at, God.
Yeah, it was not
This is
good.
stressful.
Like that.
I need a drink. I need a drink after that story, bro.
That's a rough story, isn't it?
I know it's
Like,
a rough story. That's not a good
dude,
story.
It fucked me up.
Yeah, that's like especially at that age. Like, I don't know. There's like a lot of things. I've been listening to That's Deep, Bro, so I know a lot about this. Okay, Keith? And I'm telling you, probably not the best situation to be in as an 8-year-old, especially with your mom there.
Did you
and
listen to
everything.
any of the Stanhope?
I listened to the first one, and then I tried to play it the other day. I think I was just painting, but it wouldn't load. and then I just didn't. I found something else to play. But I subscribed to it, and I have it's like fucking a shitload of episodes. I started from the first tin can episode, and then I'm gonna work through it. But yeah, so I will listen to it. I haven't listened to it.
I'm
yet,
addicted to it. It's like my
really?
new. Like when people were like, "Oh, have you heard Serial? It's the best podcast. They're solving a crime," and it's like this is
Serial
Doug's Rehab, and it's hilarious because like.
So what's going on in the show? Because I didn't really
trying to quit smoking cigarettes.
Okay, so it's quitting smoking cigarettes.
Not in the main house, it is little compound, but in like a little trailer, like a tin can.
Okay, got it. All right, so it's cigarettes. I thought he was just trying to go clean, like
no, he's drinking I was like, on every podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so he's trying to quit cigarettes. What inspired that? Like, what was the pre-episode?
He does it like every year. He tries to quit smoking cigarettes.
See, that's the kind of lifestyle I want. The Doug Stanhope.
I want to be Doug Stanhope.
Yeah, if I could just have like a cheap like a house, I would way rather have a house than a condo, and then it's like just where it's cheap. Although Arizona, I don't know if I'd live in Arizona, but like and just kind of out there, away from shit, on your own, just doing what you want to do. He does stand up on his own terms. He did it his way. Doing it, but yeah. So that's like a goal, a lofty goal to aspire to. I wanna have a career and lifestyle like Doug Stanhope. Although drinking, I probably won't be drinking that much. Well, who knows? I don't want to be drinking that much.
I don't know that I don't want to be drinking that much.
I guess from now until then. I would rather at once I get to Doug Stanhope level, like once I reach the pinnacle of Doug Stanhope achievements, then fuck it, might as well, because like it just do whatever the fuck. But as far as like the process to get there, for me it would fuck me up. Like I wouldn't be able to get there. I wouldn't be able to get up that mountain.
It's rough on the body.
Yeah, like I can't like just where I'm at right now. Just drinking beers every once in a while. I'll get some beers. Like that's cool. I'm good with that. And it's just I get hangovers so fucking easy now. And shit, like I can't do hard alcohol anymore. Like it's so fast how it happened. Which is fine, cuz
I had that recently happen to me too. Like 6-pack is pretty much
I
don't limit anymore.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong, every once in a while I will buy a 12-pack and drink that whole motherfucker.
Yeah.
But I always wake up the next day going,
why?
Why'd you do that?
Yeah, I could have stopped. It's just weird. It's a really weird thing to like stop drinking and just start drinking water. For something like mentally for me, it's like it doesn't do anything when you do that. Like you don't, but mentally it feels like, oh, once I start drinking water, I'm not going to be drunk anymore. So it's like I don't want to drink water, but I know because I've done that. And it doesn't, because you're already drunk, and just the water will help. It will help the dehydration and all that shit. But yeah, man, I couldn't. But once I get to Doug Stanhope level, then I'm good. But I can't right now. Can't. But it's cool because I'm in California right now. Laws in California are amazing. Colorado is even better. So there's other things I can do that are healthier, more beneficial. And they're green, so happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
I'm out, You're out. But,
you want to take a break? Boom.
Yeah.
It's like, you.
And I think you should play.
I have a song, but.
Is it St. Patty's related? Because
it is.
Not,
it's a.
Goddamn Dropkick Murphys.
Flogging Molly. Dropkick Murphys is Boston. Which are good. I was gonna do a Dropkick Murphy song, but I got a Flogging Molly song called Drunken Lullabies, and it's 4 minutes.
That'll do.
Yeah,
that'll do.
It's a good song. Thank you.
That'll do.
We'll be back, people. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I was St. Valentine's Day. Was gonna be, I don't know what's going on, Keith. such a good song, man. Flogging Molly, drunken lullabies. Check it out on YouTube. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Keith is back. On the attack. Unzipping and ripping. Stripping and dipping.
What up?
Sucking and fucking. Yeah, buddy. Happy Thanks Patrick's Day.
Thanks, Patrick's Day.
I don't know any Patricks. I don't think I know any actual Pats.
I know a lot of Pats.
Do you really?
There's a lot of Pats around here.
Can't think of one. I don't know what that says about me, Keith.
What was the most, I don't know, what was the most common name in your school, you think?
Fuck. I mean, just in general, I know a lot of Matts.
Matts?
I mean, there's probably like Jose. I mean, I grew up in the Southern California, so probably like a Jose or like a Carlos or Juan. You know, not to be racist, but those are common Mexican names used from people from Mexico. Or like Maria. Yes, probably.
There were a lot of like Jessicas, a lot of
Brittany. I think Brittany was a big one.
Sarah's.
Yeah, probably Sarah's. I don't know. Girls had cooties, so I didn't really try to associate with who they were or what they were called, you know. It wasn't until that operation that the cooties thing went away, you know. So
did anyone in your class have like a weird name?
Ooh, I mean, probably, but I don't think I remember
that you
it.
Knew of? Do you remember? Like, I can't really remember.
No. I know there was.
Adeline. A girl moved to our school and her name was Adeline, and I think at first we were all like, "That's kind of a weird name."
That is weird.
But in the scheme of the names I hear people naming their kids now, yeah. Adeline is the most normal fucking name.
That'd be kind of like naming somebody, like a kid. Like first, it's gonna be fucking crazy. Like if I had a kid, but if I had to name that fucker, you know. Just because, like, you know, I kind of take pride in, like, my branding capabilities. You know, I understand what a name can do.
You're going to fucking name your kid Inspired Disorder.
No. But it's like, you know, it's like I understand the weight of the name. You know, it's like my name, I got, you know, it's just like rhyming. Like what could rhyme with, you know, whatever. But I don't even know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Naming, and it's like you get this, names get boring, so it's like I guess at least we're in a time of like creative naming. So
yeah, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's either. Because kids are dicks.
I think it's going to be common to rename yourself just because we're so used to doing that on like social media, and that's kind of taking over a lot of our social interactions. So yeah, it's
but
like,
what about dicks like us who are just ourselves?
Dude,
online?
We're old, bro. I'm talking about kids. This is the old school. This is like, oh yeah, are you gonna choose your real name? Oh yeah, the name your parents gave you when you go online. Oh, that's so creative. You call yourself a fucking artist and you're using your name on Twitter, as if. That's what like an angry.
I think it's weird that there's only a few of us that really do use our real name.
I think I got into Twitter early, so that's the only reason I got my name.
I'm still fighting Twitter to give me my fucking real name. So
you're not fighting Twitter. You are not doing anything.
Once a year, I'll tweet, "Hey, fucking Twitter."
You've mentioned
Can I get my fucking name back?
You've complained about it more on this This podcast is not going to help your cause at all.
It should.
It should. I agree. It definitely should, but it does not. At this moment, complaining to Twitter does not. They don't listen.
Hey, Twitter.
Yeah.
Are you fucking listening?
What's up, Twitter? Get his name better. Yeah.
Somebody took Keith Spurlock 6 years ago.
Don't worry about it. You'll get it. I get like they're like, I get accidentally mentioned a lot. Not a lot, but every once in a while. Just people, their friend is Ray Taylor. There's a lot of Ray Taylors.
There's a lot of Ray Taylors. There's not a lot of Keith Spurlocks.
I haven't searched that, but I would imagine.
And most of the other ones are black.
Ray Taylors.
Keith Spurlock's also.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why we do this podcast together. That's what the new
white version of our names.
When we move to Denver, we're gonna this rebranding. We're gonna give rebirth to the podcast, and it's gonna be the white versions of Ray Taylor and Keith Spurlock. That way, when people Google, actually, they're trying to Google like, dude, Ray Taylor, the basketball player. They're like, oh, what's this white dude with the Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt talking about to this other white dude that's named
I've already
Keith
made
Spurlock?
it to the pinnacle of my name, and that's number 1 on Google.
That's right.
So
I don't know. I just think it's a screenshot you open up every time. Like it happened once 10 years ago. Google got hacked by some people that thought they were hacking.
Right now?
Dude, I got too many things going on.
Why don't you type it in right now and see?
I'm not. That's
see
like
pops up.
Like
it's me.
A host Googling their co-host during the podcast seems a little bit wrong. Like that seems like
wearing your own shirt to your
First
concert.
off, we don't Google on this show. This is a non-informative show.
Try not to.
The closest thing we do is pull up Wikipedia for UFC fights. The closest thing I do. Let me specify. Googling does not occur. And guests. We have guests on sometimes. That's what our guests do a lot of the times because they want to be accurate and like not misquote shit. But Keith and I don't give a shit. But anyway,
I'm alright being wrong.
I'm used to. I bathe in wrong. I just soak in my own juices and wrong in a nice temperature, floating slightly. Yeah, it's really good. Just, surround yourself with wrongness.
So wrong.
Speaking of wrong, I spoke about my picks for the DraftKings lineup for the previous UFC fight, and I believe if you were to type in wrong into the dictionary or Wikipedia or even Google, a picture of me and my picks will show up because I was 100% wrong.
I think it'd be like some bloody assholes and some like mangled dicks before you on wrong.
No,
just like wrong.
No, I was talking about exactly when I just said that. If they Googled it exactly when I said that, it would have shown. It's been too long now. The internet memory is past, so wrong has rightly become back to what you just described. But for the second that I mentioned it, for those listening and watching live, you got to see a picture of me and my picks from the last UFC DraftKings, in which I was capital wrong.
I had actually posted all my picks on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that. You only had like 3 picks, though, right? 3 or 4? Yeah, and they were all the same as
four,
mine.
4 out of the...
It's all the same as
mine. I picked the last 4.
Yeah.
And I was fucking wrong on every one.
Damn
of
it.
them.
That was a tough, like, it was... That
and
was
I picked Overeem in our last podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was...
changed it.
I know! Because
I fucking changed it.
That's how good of a salesman I am. I sold
damn
you
it,
on
sold me on that fat
First
fuck.
off, he fucked up in that fight because he had Alistair hurt in that last round. Not that he may have finished it because he wasn't really doing a whole lot, but he did sting on him a few times. And he went for a takedown instead of trying to like finish the fight. It was the most ridiculous thing. He probably, I don't know, maybe he didn't know what round it was. But yes, we were wrong. You want to do your picks? They were the same picks. We both went with Anthony Pettis, right?
Yep.
We both went with Carla Esparza.
Yep.
We 100% will always and did this time go with our boy, the number 1 contender of the welterweight crown, still, in my opinion, Matt Brown.
We
were wrong.
Bet on that dude, not money, but I will bet.
I will bet money still
on that dude.
Matt Brown.
time.
I will always bet money on you, Matt Brown. I believe in you always. This Johnny Hendricks is a.
I just don't have
boring.
money to bet, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's. Don't worry, man. I'll make all the bad decisions for both of us. you can lose money vicariously through me. So Matt Brown and then Roy Nelson were your picks.
Yep.
And then I also chose Crookshank, who came in heavy. I didn't do any research, by the way. I did my picks. Let me make my excuses right now. I made my picks like a week and a half before the fights, which is stupid. You know, I should have waited to see because you can go right up until the event. So it's like I should have seen how the weigh-ins went. I should have seen,
you can still bet on the day after the weigh-ins?
I believe so. I think that's what I did. I think I did it like the morning before, the first time when I won. Why would you
not do that then?
Because I just told you I'm stupid. No, I don't know. It was just like I was thinking about it because it was a crazy card. And I just pulled it up to see. I don't know. I was just kind of fucking around seeing if I could. And I did. I was like, oh, this is a crazy card. What's that?
How much of the card did you watch?
The whole thing. The early.
What happened with the Sergio Pettis fight? I know what happened with it.
I mean,
give me your.
He was destroying the whole fight, although
that's what I heard.
Being slightly reckless. Like he was definitely. I mean, you see it a lot in like really talented fighters early on. They they put themselves out there, a little bit too much, and then the dude threw a fucking, I think it was a left hook or something like that, and just perfect placement. He got caught, and then the dude, he jumped on it
out, or what did the shot drop him and then he jumped on
it for real, dropped him, and then it dropped him, and he was not out. But he was definitely, it rocked him for sure.
Yeah.
It wasn't like bad placement on his feet or what. He got rocked. Dude came in and it was once he made contact with that first punch, it was over. And then he's like fucking throwing like haymakers trying to finish the fight because that was his last attempt to win that fight because he was getting destroyed the whole fight. And then he kicked Pettis. Which was didn't seem in the moment, full speed. It didn't seem like a malicious thing. It was still kind of a dick thing to do, but it was he was just fucking amped the fuck up.
Yeah.
But, that was oh no. Because that was the first fight. That was not a possible draft on the DraftKings thing. The Fight Pass prelims, which that was the main event for that one, or the last.
Well, I guess Sergio's 3-2 now in the UFC.
He's really good though. I mean, that's his first fight. I'm sure he lost or something like that.
Yeah, he lost his first fight.
He looked amazing in that fight. I don't think, and he's got a good name. Just the Pettis name. But he's really good too. I don't see them
just
him.
Like his fucking brother does.
He's gonna be amazing, bro. He's gonna be amazing. If he just was more defensive minded and not as putting himself into danger, as he would have just won that fight easily.
All right. Here's a good one. Who's better in your eyes as fighters?
The two Pettis brothers,
or the Diaz brothers?
Oh, the Pettis brothers are way, way better, way more talented. They're both young, so it's hard to even know, but they're how talented they are and the weapons they have. And plus, the Diaz brothers are super annoying, so I'm going completely on bias as far as...
You talk about, dog.
Yeah.
You talk about, man. I'm fucking 209 for life.
It's would you rather watch? Two guys that are really good at fighting, or two guys that, they win. I mean, they're good at fighting, but they're annoying as fuck. They're annoying as fuck. And it's I don't know. They just don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about, I don't know. It's just they're annoying. I want to like them. It feels bad that I don't like them because there's a lot of people that we know that do like them.
Oh, they love them.
Yeah, and it's that's why I feel like I should like him. Even Joe Rogan fucking loved what he did with Anderson Silva. I'm that is like the least respectful thing that's ever happened in the octagon ever, you know. But it's like I feel like I should. I'm like, I have a fucking real doll of Joe Rogan that's lifelike, but I don't agree with his statement on the shenanigans that the Diaz brothers. I like aspects of what those guys do, but it's like they always go take it too far. Where it's like, what are you doing? Are you fighting or are you just clowning people? Are you trying to be a clown or are you trying to be a fighter?
They're just so inconsistent.
Yeah, as fighters,
like the best fighter ever could show up, or I mean, I guess in Nick's case, he's never like he does clown and does stupid shit, but he's always game. But when's the last Nick Diaz fight? Shit, when's the last time he's won? I mean, I don't give a fuck about this no contest or whatever. Like, when's the last time he's legitimately won? He lost the Condit, or wait, he lost the GSP.
He hasn't won in a long time. I mean, I guess I could just
lost
fucking
the Condit.
But he doesn't fight. He fights like once every couple years usually.
But he's fucking 0-3 in his last 3 fights.
Nick?
Yeah.
Right? Nick.
I mean, Nate goes on streaks, but
yeah. But
shit, Nick hasn't done shit since he's been in Strikeforce.
All right, here we go. He has the last win he has in the octagon was UFC 137. He fought BJ Penn, which BJ Penn
that fight. Yeah, he beat the shit out of BJ Penn that fight.
Which that was the retirement fight for first retirement fight, right? Didn't he retire after that? Yeah.
But then he came back and fought Rory, and that was stupid.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that was his first fight back in the octagon after Strikeforce. Before that, he beat Paul Daly in Strikeforce. So BJ Penn was his first fight in the UFC, and then he lost to Condit, lost to GSP, lost to Anderson Silva. Which, you know, Anderson Silva, GSP, kind of tough guys. So
yeah,
I could see that. Carlos Condit,
neither of them finished him.
Yeah, they all went. All three went to decision.
A weird fight.
Yeah, Condit probably was. I would imagine just knowing those two fighters and reimagining that fight probably boring. I would imagine. I don't know why. It just seems like it would be a boring fight.
The Condit fight.
Yeah.
And the Condit fight
I just don't remember it.
Condit would come in and hit him like once or twice and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So it was like.
And then Diaz is like, "Oh, you don't want to fight me, bro?
Yeah. Attack me more."
What are you gonna hit me and run away? Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's my
another
game
thing.
plan.
They remind me of a lot of assholes I went to high school with. All the gangsters that I went to high school with, and it's just like, okay.
It actually reminds me a lot of Rampage bitching before he left the UFC last time. It's like they just want to give me wrestlers that want to take me down and smother me, and it's like, shut up, dude! You're fucking trying to fight the best people.
Yeah, get better at fighting, not arguing.
Get better at fighting. Don't just go, why don't they give me someone to stand and bang? No one wants to stand and bang with me. It's like, yeah, maybe that's your one and only asset, and they want to neutralize that. How about they take you down?
Yeah, drop down and fight. God damn it, what's his name? Dude that's retired now. That used to just stand and bang, but in the middleweight. Fuck. Fought Anderson. Is Anderson Silva's first win? Yeah, Chris Lieben. He was a stand and bang guy.
Yeah, him versus Rampage would have been a good fight.
But that would never. They were way different weights. But yeah, so Diaz, whatever. There's not an exciting fight for either of them right now. I guess. I don't know. I have no desire to. It's not selling.
I guess they want to make the Pettis Nate Diaz fight happen because Nate and Pettis have been talking a lot of shit.
I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. Nick Diaz is I care less. I don't know.
Nick is under suspension again because he failed
for weed.
Wizard for weed.
Which that's a reason why I wish I liked him. Because
it's like the one fighter he's like he's
the bad boy of weed. Yeah, it's like, god damn it, why couldn't they be less annoying? I don't know, man. Why couldn't it just be like Roy Nelson is the weed guy? He'd be like the perfect weed
He
guy.
would be the perfect weed guy.
The stereotypical. He's got the It's like, come on, Ben and Jerry's. Just think of Roy Nelson's own when Ben and Jerry's makes their weed infused ice cream. Just Roy Nelson's sponsored by UFC fighter Roy Nelson, Chunky Monkey, or whatever.
Big Country Green.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Fields of Big Country Green. And it's like got kale in it and shit. It tastes horrible and people don't like it. Like, they should have suspended
But it gets you high as fuck.
Yeah.
So what's the next fights?
Let's see here. So hold on. Did you want to discuss any of the other ones on this thing here? Pettis got destroyed.
Pettis got beat the fuck up.
Carlos Barza got beat the fuck up. Which that one, if I had waited later, I would have gone with the other chick. Hendricks just wrestle fucked. Hendricks was boring, not as boring as the Lawler fight, but I just don't have any desire to watch that guy fight. He dominated the fight just because he was able to take Matt down, and then he didn't hold him the entire time, but he didn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah.
From the top position. All right. So the next one
he did not finish him though.
No, fuck no. I mean, it's like, come on. Matt Brown is the immortal. Can't kill him.
That dude.
So the next one's a fight night. Maya versus LaFleur.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah. Then there's Mendez versus Lamas, which is another fight night.
That's a good fight.
Gonzaga versus Krokop 2, April 11th.
That's in like Poland.
Yeah. Krakow, Poland. That was the first fight. Was the first UFC I ever saw. It was fucking insane. The first Krokop knockout.
Krokop?
Dude, because I watched that and leading up, I didn't know who either of these guys were.
That was your first UFC?
Yeah, that was the first one I watched, and then I went back and watched I think I got the first one through, and went.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was insane.
That was years deep at that point.
That was it was the most recent fight. So whenever that fight came out that's when I got into it. But
I've learned about Krokop since way before he actually got.
I came way late, and then I just got addicted. All I would do around that time was watch UFC fights. Make art, get wasted, and watch UFC fights. Those were the three things I was doing at the time. So this is crazy that that was back in 2007, their first fight. And now it's, almost 8 years later. No, I think it was 2007 because at least, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Well, I guess I could look it up. But it's crazy that it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Since that fight. Not that it matters when it was. But.
No, it does to me.
All right, fine. Then I'll keep looking it up.
I think it was 08.
What the fuck? Oh, that's K1.
Just because you make noises.
Gabriel. Oh, totally it does. It's like you're in an elevator. Gabriel Gonzaga was UFC 70. Ooh. April 21st, 2007. Sorry, Keith.
You're right.
I know.
I guess.
I know. That's only because I knew where I was living.
I've just assumed that you're actually looking at something that legitimately tells you the date.
Yeah, but you believed it, right?
Yeah.
Totally thought I was looking at something. Yeah, I don't know anybody else really on that card though. But that's crazy that's like 07, April 07, and now it's 2015. That's 8 years. Was that 8 years almost exactly?
Yeah.
And it's on April 11th, so it's almost exactly 8 years later. That's insane.
They seem to be kind of having a lot of weak cards, but they're stacking up the
pay-per-views.
Big cards.
Yeah, these are the fight nights are but those could be really entertaining fights. But I think they're trying to build up. I bet their pay-per-view numbers were shit last year.
Well, man, the one fight card with Jones, Johnson, and Weidman, Belfort. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, how many pay-per-view buys is that going to get?
Yeah. assuming no injuries. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that one's got a while. That one's fucking
June,
May
May.
May 23rd. Yeah.
My birthday weekend.
Yeah, I think that's what you said last time too. Let's go to Vegas, bro. Let's watch it. Tickets are probably already sold out. Okay. Yeah. Miocic Hunt. Yeah. Machida Rockhold. I don't know. There's like nothing. I'm gonna watch them all.
Yeah,
but it's like, yeah, the Jones Johnson one is Edgar versus Faber is the week before.
Philippines?
Yeah, that's the week before the Jones Johnson. That's gonna be a good double weekend.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That's gonna be crazy. Who do you got in that one? Edgar or
yep.
Yeah,
Frankie's gonna win that.
Be crazy though, because that's gonna be a pretty fast guy, but he hasn't fought at that weight, so he's not gonna be as depleted.
They both. I think it's gonna be at 145.
It's whatever Frankie's weight class is.
Yeah,
so
145.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That Faber's gonna go
champ at forever in the WEC.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to cut as much weight, so he might be fresher, and he already moves really fast. He's got like a very fast like style, different style.
They've kind of got similar styles.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting fight, man. Just because they're not like counter strikers, you know. It's gonna be a cool dance, I think, between those two guys because they both, a lot of movement, a lot of combos and shit.
Like two Clay Guidas, just.
Yeah, I just watched a Vice thing on Clay Guida. It was just like him doing go-karts or whatever, but I think he's got a fight coming up.
The Shane interview the president?
Yeah. It was like, okay. It's like he said all the answers that he should be saying. It's like a lot of non-answer kind of shit. It was cool. There's all there. I can't
with about 8 minutes of filler somewhere in there.
Yeah, they had like climate change. Cut to it was almost like kind of like an ad for their different specials that they've done. It's like, we got this big profile guest, the president. Let's interlace. Oh yeah, we've talked about global warming, global climate change. Like, look at this thing, and like, oh yeah, we've talked about marijuana legalization. Although I don't think they cut to anything for that one.
Yeah, they did. They cut to a little bit, like states just legalizing and stuff like that. And then I don't know though. I really thought
I wasn't disappointed.
I liked most of the interview. Whatever, it
was good.
You got to pass by these questions and shit like that.
It would have been like it was a fucking 20-minute clip, or 20-minute interview. 18. Okay, yeah. So I gave it some credit. But it's like short, and then you got like, so it's probably without those fucking clips, it's maybe like 10-minute interview.
15 maybe.
How are you going to do a fucking 10-minute interview? 15-minute
I get it.
That's like a shitty.
I also think when the marijuana conversation came up, and he kind of like, he laughed it off like he always does, and he's like, I think people should be kids should be
focused
more
on other
about
shit.
Climate change and this and that.
Yeah.
I really think a quick quip that Shane should have said is, you smoked weed though, and you didn't get caught. Had you got caught, you wouldn't be president.
Yeah.
So don't you think that?
Yeah.
I mean, but the president did acknowledge that locking people up for doing it is fucking stupid and shit like that.
It was just like,
but I did like how cool, and it was just like, hey, the Republican Party's kind of fucked up right now.
Yeah. I mean, but it's like, I think the what I wish if there was an interjection by Shane Smith in that when Obama was talking about you need to go out and vote, like maybe he should have said, well, maybe if they had faith in the voting system, that would happen more, But it's like, I don't know. Like, it didn't. He was interviewing him. He wasn't there really. He wasn't interjecting
We're
his
both
own.
living in places right now where if you're not a Republican, your vote essentially does not count.
Well, no, I mean California is like
Well, California
is a
maybe is a
is a
state for
blue
you, but I'm
state.
saying where you're
Yeah,
living at.
yeah. San Diego's a pretty conservative. I mean, there's
Yeah, and
pockets of. I mean, it's
even though
weird.
Ohio's went blue for the last few presidential elections, it's still a very Republican
Yeah,
state.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We've got a Republican governor.
I
We've
mean,
got John Boehner is from Ohio. He's an Ohio senator.
okay. I don't know who that is.
John, you know, that's
No, I
I
don't know
keep forgetting that you have
politics.
no idea who.
I mean, I could watch, C-SPAN,
He's
or I
the
could watch
overly tan
WWE.
one that cries a lot.
I don't know who that is, bro. I don't.
It's really,
Look at this is the life I'm living. I'm very happy. I'm very stress free. I don't have to worry about stupid politicians ruining the world. I'm cool.
I'm not worried about it, but I just know who these people are.
Yeah, but it's like, what? How does that help your life in a better way? Does
Help
that?
my life. I'm just observant of
Yeah,
my surroundings.
yeah. It's like, they're not surrounding me. The things I'm surrounded by the things that I enjoy doing. All that other shit's just distraction for me.
Yeah, but you're
I'm
quitting
not
all those
drawing.
things. You're quitting all those things and
Yeah, I
running.
might get. I mean, I watch Vice. I fucking watch Vice. No, but I'm not all those things. I mean, I'm talking about podcasting and art. Like, I try to when I'm not at the shitty day job, like when I'm able to, when I have my time, I surround myself with the things that I enjoy, not the things that stress me out and make me angry, like listening to news. Although I did watch the movie Nightcrawler, which is about Jake Gyllenhaal plays a dude who's a freelance news videographer guy. Fucking
Paparazzi.
not paparazzi. He doesn't film famous people. He does news. But he does like car accidents, and he gets like super close up. Like he gets the gruesome like shots just because they get crazy ratings for the news channel that he sells them to. Really good movie. Jake Gyllenhaal plays like he looks methed out for some reason in this thing, but he has like crazy dead eyes. He like plays an insane like a sociopath really well in the movie, but it's a fucking great movie. He's really good in it. Although he's just, the character that he plays,
I've always liked that dude.
Me too.
Donnie Darko is one of my favorite movies. So
I need to rewatch that movie. Like, it's a weird movie. I like it. I just don't understand it enough to like it. Like, I don't understand why people like it so much.
150 times.
Yeah.
Still.
But why is that your
mind about what it
favorite
means.
movie? Just because it's so complex and you don't understand it?
Yeah, because I'm a thinker.
All right.
Bruh.
I get it. That's a cool reason to like it. I like movies that I understand. They don't have to be simple to understand. They could be complex, but I like to, or maybe I just latch on to what I think the meaning is. With that movie, I'm like, I don't fucking know, man.
It's kind of like early Tarantino movies, and I mean, not maybe most of them. Just Pulp Fiction's kind of one of those ones.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird. But then once you figure out that it's just a different timeline, like fucking
Yeah, but what's in the fucking glowing suitcase?
Donnie Darko is okay. Yeah, that's true. You got me on that one, bro. Alien poop, actually. Aha. They were able to bottle and sell golden showers. That's why it was shining so bright.
What was in that goddamn suitcase, though?
Fucking, I don't know, a light bulb.
Can we waterboard Tarantino until he tells us?
Let's do it, bro. We can.
I'm down for it.
We'll do.
I'll go to jail for that shit.
We'll do a road
Straight
trip.
up,
No,
I will go to
no,
jail
no.
and be like, yo.
First off.
Like, what are you in for? Be like, I found out what
That's-
was in the suitcase.
That's not the mindset you need to go into this thing with. You need to be like, after we pull this off and we recap it on the show in a fictional way, so we don't get arrested. That's a way better thing. I don't want to go to
jail
prison.
to find out what was in that fucking suitcase.
I don't think I want to go. I'll let you go to jail. You can tell me how that was like, and I'll be at home just rewatching. It's like, holy shit, it changes the movie, bro. When you get out, we'll rewatch it, and you'll be like, your mind will be blown.
Here's prison. I'll watch it inside. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we'll go on a road trip to like Sundance or something like that, because Utah isn't that far from Colorado. so we can just go on a short road trip there. I'm gonna have a van at the time. I'm not gonna tell anybody what color the van's gonna be, just in case.
Rape colored. Rape colored.
There's no rape color. What's the color of rape? Not white.
The color of your van.
Let's not discuss the color of my van publicly, because it doesn't even exist yet. So it could be any color. It could be multicolor.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do like psychedelic paintings on the outside of it, so I can get pulled over when I cross through crazy states.
You shouldn't do that.
But I'll have my dick out, so it'll be funny.
I used to have stickers all over my truck.
Oh yeah.
When I was, and then I realized, hey, don't do that.
Maybe I shouldn't advertise the illegal shit I'm into.
Yeah, like that's the dumbest.
Yeah.
I took those stickers off real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. It's you're kind of stupid when you're a kid. You don't realize what you're doing. You don't realize what you're advertising, which is crazy that they have access to the internet everywhere, and they post everything. I guess. I don't know.
Shit happens. I'm glad it wasn't around when I was a kid.
I know. Although they probably don't even notice because they're there and they're like, "You guys are fucking old for even being concerned with that kind of bullshit."
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm too busy about my followers. Why don't you get your numbers straight, old man? Why don't you got more numbers? Nobody cares what you're talking about. Fucking people.
Let's wrap this up, bro.
Fuck no, bro. Let's keep it going. All right.
We're
Wrapping it. So I'm here with Keith, and we're here to say my name is...
The Sort of Podcast is done today.
We like to drink, and we like to smoke. We like to get angry, and we like to joke. We sip on a shit from time to time.
Jesus Christ, we gotta stop this.
But Keith likes to cuss when I finish this rhyme. Go and pee, piss, piss, piss out of me. Right? Some good shit right there.
I'm sorry, all of the 3 listeners, for that.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome. Speaking of which, there's it. Hey, what's up, listener?
Yeah, they're like,
thanks for
fuck
calling
that.
In.
Stop
First
rapping,
caller.
dick face.
And while you're talking to our listener, Keith, you can tell them to go check out robgtv.com. And that's where they can purchase the Union and the Culture High t-shirts. I know what you're thinking, Keith. But no, it's not going to cost them an arm and a leg or $100. No. Not when you go to robgtv.com and use the coupon code RAY when they check out. Not only will it save them an arm and a leg and $100, it's also going to save them 20% off the entire purchase of the 2-pack of shirts featuring the Union and the Culture High. Both amazing documentaries.
I finally watched The Culture High.
Yeah? And?
It's pretty good.
It's amazing. It's an amazing documentary by our buddy Adam Scorgi. That's right, the one and only Adam Score G. Yeah,
I gotta keep big timing him.
That's right. I mean, if you want to see some mediocre documentaries about cannabis, blah blah blah. Keith wrote my copy, by the way. They're both on Netflix.
You haven't seen a picture of him wearing the Inspired Disorder shirt because he's fat now. You gave him a large. He said he wanted a large, and then
I should send him the XXL tank top version.
He tweeted out that he weighed in at 220. And I was like,
well, he's tall though.
And I was thinking, oh man, the large is kind of tight on me, and I'm like 170 pounds, so.
Get to working out? Is that what you're saying? Lose some weight? Are you fat shaming Adam Scorgi right now?
I am trying to fat shame Adam Scorgi.
I mean, sometimes when you big time, you get big time. So
that's what I told him. I said, you're fucking big timing for real, fat ass.
Bro, I don't know if you're trying to take big timing to the literal world, but it looks like you're being a little bit literal about it.
All right. Stop big timing.
Stop big timing, Adam Scorgi. And stop big timing all of you listeners and go buy the Union and the Culture High t-shirts at robgtv.com. Use coupon code RAY, save 20% on whatever it is you order. And also, go to inspireddisordercollective.com, where many podcasts are featured. This week, you can check out our pal, Mish the Dish, on her podcast, Ramble On.
What's she going to talk about? How her cats are brown?
She's going to talk about cats. She's going to talk about the weather. She's going to be talking about parking tickets that she hasn't paid yet. She's going to be talking about her illnesses during the winter season in fucking Boston. So she's going to be talking about a lot of things. So be sure to check it out. Ramble On podcast by Mish_the_dish on Twitter. All links are inspireddisordercollective.com. And I think that's about it. Go to inspireddisorder.com. Check out the store. And subscribe to the podcast. You know, that's just how we roll, Keith, on a fucking Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Keith. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.